So that's something I really want to do, see if I can get that started, because those, every time I come to a convention, that's like the first place I go. I love going to the Artist Alley. So, so I say just always find something, just something unique that nobody's touching on. In terms of any of my ideas, I have no idea. I got the reviewing thing, so I don't think of that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Where did the idea for video game confessions come from?
Actually, I was just thinking, like, yes, where did the idea for video game confessions come from? And actually, I know exactly where it came from because I just did the tribute to it. While I was doing the Animaniacs tribute, I was watching the Slappy Squirrel cartoons, and that's like my favorite character. I love that character. And it's something that the character does all the time. She talks about old cartoon characters, but you never see them. But the way she talks about them, it feels like they were real. She used to date George Jetson. This deer, Bumby's mom used to date George Jetson. It's just like, wow. It's just the way she talks. And I like the idea of something that kind of just a little bit different sense of humor. It's not like a boom boom boom, punchline. It's something where it's funny because it almost seems realistic. Like you can almost see these characters doing it, and just sort of a different feel. So yeah, just ripping off Slappy Squirrel, I guess. All right. Yeah, glasses.
Now, about how long does it take you to set up one of your skits? Set it up
the longest is the nostalgia Craig. That usually takes about a week. It usually take a day to watch the movie, a day to watch the movie and take notes, a day to write it, a day to film it, a day to get it in order, and then a day to put together the final product with the film. And the reason it takes so long, though, is because I'm doing other videos. Everything else, 3-4 hours, something like that, because they're all improvised. None of it's planned. I think the Ask That guys, I had to get the questions first beforehand, but aside from that, I mean, it's all just go with. Actually, the bum review, if you see the raw footage of it ever, it's very much, I stand there and I go, oh my gosh, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life, and then just go. There's this movie called The Expendables, and just keep going from there. I mean, it's literally, that's why it's edited, that's why they're edited that way, is because I'm literally thinking of it off the top of my head. And the reason for that is just save on time, it's much easier. Oh, I tried writing the video game confessions, the first one, it wasn't seeming right, so I felt better if I just had a general idea and then improvise it. And the other is just sometimes you come up with much stranger stuff if you improvise it. It's like, you say something, did I say that? Okay, might as well go with it, we'll go in this direction, and it's just sometimes the stranger it is, the funnier it is. So yeah.
How long did the Animaniacs tribute take to set up?
Oh, Lord. That took much longer than I thought, because I'm thinking to myself, oh, well, I mean, I don't have to watch any movies, I don't have to do anything, it's all set, I just gotta edit it, it's so easy, and just... I think it took me, the editing alone was like the whole week. That's usually when I watch a movie, write it, and film it, and that alone took like a week. I spread out the interviews over about a week. How it happened was there was a young woman, a fan of the site named Valerie, who I guess knew, Tom Ruger, and even knew a few voice actors and stuff like that. And she just contacted us saying, hey, I'm a big fan of the site. I know some of these people. Would you care to do Animaniacs tribute or something? And I'm just like, okay, we get a couple of these, just like, yeah, sure. And sure enough, Tom Ruger gets in contact with it. He's like, hi, I love your top 11 naughtiest Animaniac moments. Funny as hell. Love it. So he says, I can get some RP. I can get Sherry Stoner if you want. I can get John P. McCann. Okay. And look, literally that's how it worked. And it was just so, once I got, that was a dream come true, because I do love that show, and the one thing I liked the most was the writing. Those are the people I wanted to talk to, even more than the voice actors. I wanted to talk to the writers. So that was really awesome to actually get to talk with them, and they're just a fan. That Tom Ruger guy is just like unbelievably supportive and just loves it. I mean, just went, you saw we need to do the Emmys and stuff like that. I mean, that took a lot of work. So yeah, that's so that's how that came about. It did take a while. So let's go on over.
Do you ever watch Godzilla, the animated series, after watching the Roland Emmerich movie?
There's an animated series?
Yeah. There was. It didn't last that long.
Okay, that answers your question. Yeah, White Glove.
When you originally filmed your high school movie, Luz, how did the people react to your movie, like the classmates in school react to your movie?
Which one? A couple of them.
Luz,
Luzo. I just put this up. I have a section called Flashbacks, and it's just my old stuff from high school and college and stuff like that. You look at it and go, I'm an idiot. And I think it was that's for a theater appreciation class, and it was something like you had to write your own scene and do it in theater. I just said, can I film it? And, yeah. And there's no dialogue, so that was easy. The script was literally a page long. It's like, that was it. And it's very pretentious, you know, it's very artsy-fartsy, open for interpretation, all that stuff. For high school, I think it's okay, but the teacher really liked it. They love anything, you know, pretentious. But it shows that, hey, they're trying to think differently, they're thinking outside the box and stuff like that. So they liked it. A lot of the, high school students were, but, I mean, you can't blame them. But, yeah.
All right. One of my favorite things from your site is video game confessions. Now, with a couple of exceptions, you've mostly stuck to old Nintendo characters as your guests. So my question to you is, are you going to possibly branch out to other probably newer systems in the future with, like, say, Master Chief or something? Or are you probably just going to stick to the old formula?
Well, you saw how well the Solid Snake one went. He's a clone? So, I mean, that's really why, some people know, some don't. I'm not a huge gamer, like, in terms of newer games. I just don't have the time. So, but when I was younger, definitely Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, I loved all those games. So probably if there's one that's like, I get a general feeling for it, it's like, okay, I know what this character is about, then maybe, Crash isn't around anymore, he's long dead. Well, if there's one that's like just super, super obvious, that like everybody knows, that even I can grasp onto it, I'll probably do that. For the most part, it's going to be sort of the older school stuff.
What kind of videos have you gotten the most crap for? Because I mean, like,
well, the District 9.
I remember for the Independence Day.
I respect you, man.
Before you showed it, you're like, a lot of people told me they really liked this movie, and I don't see, like, have you gotten, like, a lot of crap?
Oh yeah, no, you can even see it on the comments under a lot of videos and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they, and again, all this stuff, the Nostalgia Critic is for jokes, it's for laughing, if you really don't agree, don't take it seriously, it's a dumbass internet reviewer. You don't have to take that seriously. Now, Last Action Hero we got a lot of flack for, but the TMNT I got a lot of flack for, even though everybody was like, review it! Why'd you review it? Those are the ones that really stand. Junior we got flack for because it wasn't that great a review. It's sort of semi-rightfully so. I like that we tried something different, but it's like, yeah, it was just so boring we couldn't do it. Yeah, see, I like a music video, but I understand when people say they don't like it. It's like, you're waiting for, you call it a review, and then here's this trip out, I'm bored! So it's like, I understand when they say they don't like that, so. Film and stuff like that. I graduated a degree in communications that seemed a tad more logical than one in film. At least you can communicate with people, but it's just as worth it.
You draw.
Like, no. I could draw a sentence forever. And before I got into this, I was a freelance illustrator, designer, stuff like that. I do like ads, I do, like little vending machines for kids. I design the label for that.
So much, why'd you do it?
What was it?
Well, you obviously love theater, you love film and all this stuff, so why?
Not theater as much as film. I like film much, but there's more control over it. I didn't follow that path because honestly I was scared shitless of Hollywood. And, when I was young, I'm like, yeah, I can do that, I can fight for my rights and blah, blah, blah. I just realized as I got older, when I make something, I really want it to be like how I want it. I know in Hollywood that doesn't happen. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for not. And I just know that would be a nightmare for me, and just the more I saw of Hollywood, the more I heard about it. Lindsay, the nostalgia chick, she's in Hollywood, she'll tell me stories of what's going on. I'm just like, God, I'm glad I'm not